agree with the statement that because I look good, smell good, work out every day, and I drink water and I don't drink anything spicy, I don't take alcohol, I just drink water and I go out and I party, so does that mean that you don't need life insurance? Do you agree with the statement because you're young that you don't need life insurance? Tell me about it. What do you think? Hello everyone. Have you ever think about having a life insurance? Have you considered like a whole life insurance or like a term insurance? This is something that some people juggle about in our community. I've got so much questions that people ask you, and especially people in our community, they're not sure, should they get it, should they not get it. So once you talk about life insurance, it's like somebody's gonna die. But today we're going to unpack it about life insurance and who should get it and why should you get it and what is it of any importance. So if you stay tuned in this channel, then we'll unpack it. What is life insurance? Please call in. Life insurance is a type of insurance that you get to protect yourself just in case something happens in the future, like if you're terminally ill or in terms of death. We don't really like to speak about this because when you talk about that, people are like, oh, it's a little bit too deep. So but it is actually very good to speak about it because it's potentially things to do. There's two types of life insurance. There's term life insurance, meaning that you will get the insurance, you will get it within a period of time. But like me, I have a term life insurance, which I got for a period of 30 years. So which I did it within my age and when I wanted to earn. And after watching this video, at the end of this video, I'll make you understand why I chose 30 years. And it's a little bit more cheaper depending on your age, your state of health, if you're healthy or have you got any illness or something you're suffering from. So you're looking about between 50-60p a day, so which gives you almost like 19 pounds. I pay 20 pounds every month, and when you add critical illness, that you could pay a little bit more, but it's up to you. So it's an insurance that you pay for a period of time. But this one, the other part of the insurance is different. A whole life insurance is a second kind of insurance where it covers you for your entire life, and it's actually guaranteed to pay out. But for that to happen, so it's like you're paying like 10 times with the one of the term life insurance. So that's the difference. So if you weigh it out, so this one pays like, if you're paying like £1 every day for the cover, but this one you'll be paying £10 for the cover, so which is guaranteed to pay. But the one for the term, meaning that let's say you take it for 30 years, which is when you're going to be like 70 or when you're going to be like 60. So what that means is once God forbid nothing will happen, then you don't need to claim it. We don't know what happens to us, and we all pray. Like me, I've signed to die when I'm 115. There are things to look out for, so you need to look for the exclusions. I must warn you, because some brokers don't tell you the real truth. They just sign you on and you don't know what are the terms in what's the policy that you're signing. So if you're taking any insurance of any sort, make sure that the one that you're taking is something that you will be able to disclose if you have anything. Because if you don't disclose, for instance, that you have blood pressure, and they find out that you have blood pressure and anything happens because of the illness, then you're not going to get the money. So you see, it's like you're cheating yourself. So that's why it's good to be honest from the onset. Say what you have. It can be that you add a little bit of penny to make it for you to be covered. So there's nothing to lie about. As long as you have children and you have mortgage, it is very important to have a protection in place. So, and one thing that I look out for is that if you know that the risk, you're at risk of things. For example, people who, I tell some families to take a certain insurance, which I don't want to mention companies' names. So, because they're not paying me to make this video, so I'm not going to mention their names. There are some you have to buy a protection in units whereby you're covered everyday life, which means if any bone is broken, you'll get £1,600. And we might say, God forbid, we're not going to break any bone. Yes, we're not going to break any bone. But if there's a high risk in a situation whereby your child goes to football, plays football, or your child is doing a sort of sports that puts them at risk, or you're into construction, you're going to be climbing up there, you do things that put your life at risk, it's really important that you have something like income protection to protect you from, in case of any harm, that you don't go to work. Then your insurance can pay you for the period of the time you're going to be home. The period you're gonna be home after you've collected your statutory pay, your statutory sick pay for maybe it's 3 months or 6 months. Then what happens if you cannot go back to work? Then your insurance will pay you for that until you go back to work. So please, as you're taking insurance, make sure you disclose if you smoke, and if you don't smoke, you drink, how do you do it? So they will always work out your income. Please make sure, if you're doing this, make sure that the information that you're given is accurate. Don't forge things, because when you lie, they will figure it out. They will find out. They'll find everything. Make sure that if you must get life insurance, that is accurate and you're saying the truth. And the thing is, the question I asked, should you bother actually getting this life insurance? For me, I think the reason why you should absolutely get life insurance or consider it is because, number one, you have, if you have children, or you might even be a single parent with children. So if you've got this situation, or you're married couples, it's something to consider. And also, if you have a situation where you have a mortgage or imbalance of income, where you and your partner cannot, your income is not much, and probably one person is at home looking after the children and the other one have to work, you have to protect it in case of anything happens to the breadwinner. So this is actually something to actually look out for. In this situation, if you weigh all the circumstances, so I highly recommend that you have a life insurance. At least, even as long as you have children, you should have life insurance. But I'm not trying to offer you free financial advice. But the reason I'm doing this video is because some people in a community, when we talk about life insurance, they're like, "Oh, Jesus is my insurance." Yes, I pray, I believe in God. God is my protector. God does everything for me. I'm not going to die. Nothing will happen to me. So the reason we have to do this is because sometimes life doesn't carry out on a straight line, because you might have this plan, another plan will happen. If you don't want to take a life insurance, I will highly recommend, seriously, I will highly recommend. There was a lady that was told that died a week or two ago in Thamesmead. She just had a baby, she left her children, and in our community they prefer to do things like GoFundMe. This lady didn't know she was gonna die, but at the end of the day, the children, now they're gonna suffer. But assuming in a place where there is a cover in place, now at least they'll be able to pay out to the children so they can still go to school, so that they can still live well whilst their parents, their mother died. So these things are things that, it's very important that we put them in place. You insure me, basically. I insure you insure your car, you insure your phone, you do your content. Some people even insure everything in their property, buildings and content. I know a lady that told me to come and insure just her gold. So she's got her gold insured. So what happens if you can actually insure your gold? Why can't you insure your life? If you can insure your gold, you can't insure your life. I have a friend that I spoke to her about life insurance. She was like, she said, no, don't speak about life insurance to me. I'm like, okay, you're very educated. I'm sure you know better. You're not naive, and you know what it means. I said, your business that you run, did you insure it? She said, yes, she insured the building. She insured every bit of the things in the office. Everything that they used to work is insured. I said, sir, if you're covering your business for 150 pounds every month, so why can't you use 10-15 pounds or 20-30 pounds to cover for your own life? Why would you not do it? But she was like, no. I just want to educate us a bit. Some things are things we have to do. As long as we're on this earth, you just have to do them. But it does not mean that you have to claim it. You don't have to die. If you've been driving, some people have been driving for 20 years, no accident, no claim, they've never claimed before. Does it mean that does it mean that they are fools? They are not fools, but they put it in place just in case something happens, just in case anything comes up in the future or for any reason. All of us gonna die. All of us gonna go home to meet our Savior. There are millions of people in UK that are leaving their family, leaving them in a wreck of financial jeopardy. You're building all this beautiful family, building all this wealth without leaving your family with nothing in the times of death. And what will happen to your children? For the rest of
you are my daddy.